The reason why some of your outfits aren't coming together is because you probably haven't mastered how to style belts. These are the do's and don'ts of wearing belts. When styling a belt with a large buckle or large hardware, try not to wear it with other accessories that have a lot of metal on them as well. It's very overwhelming to look at the extra metal with the bracelets, necklace, earrings, shoes, and bag. It feels like everything is competing. I took off the necklace, switched the earrings out for a more simple pair, then I took off the cuff bracelets and went for more understated rings instead. I also changed my sandals out for a more simple pair. This outfit feels more clean, more intentional, and less overwhelming to the eye. I love how simple this outfit is, however, it's missing something. A simple way to pull it together would be to add a belt. Because this belt is a contrast color, it brings more attention to the midsection. It's also abrupt and distracting. If your top and bottom are both lighter, it makes sense for you to wear a lighter belt for a monochromatic look. This will also bring less attention to your midsection than a contrast belt. Try not to wear any belt that goes around your waist with a long pendant necklace. The hardware can clash and it feels like they're competing with each other. This will also visually shorten your torso. Go for a shorter necklace that doesn't extend past your bust, or go for a cute blouse and no necklace at all. Mixing metals is cute, but it helps to be more intentional about it if you want a cohesive look. Here I have the gold belt with the gold bracelets, a silver bag, and silver earrings. This is okay, but it could be more polished. There are so many different color options for mixing hardware. If you're not sure how to approach mixing metals, wear the same color as the hardware on your belt. I switched out the silver earrings for gold so it can match the belt, and I got rid of the silver purse. If you want to mix metals but don't know where to start, having one item that mixes both metals, like the silver and gold in it, is an easy way to mix metals for a cohesive look. Texture and shape is also important when we talk about mixing metals, but I'll talk about that in my next video. If you're wearing two styles that contrast with each other, like a casual t-shirt and a more elevated bottom, your outfit may feel disconnected, but you probably just need a belt. Wearing a belt with contrasting styles will help to transition from top to bottom and tie the outfit together. When it comes to belting outerwear, a good rule of thumb is if it doesn't have a belt on it when you buy it, you don't need to put a belt on it. The exception to this rule is blazers. Tailored blazers are going to be easiest to belt, but you can also belt boyfriend and oversized blazers. Keep in mind there's going to be more tension near the waist when you belt boyfriend blazers because of all the fabrics. I love a skinny belt, but when you wear them with pants that have large belt loops, it can feel unintentional, disconnected, and disproportionate. A thicker belt is going to look more complete and fill in the gaps of those belt loops. If you're wearing an oversized voluminous dress like this one, maybe you want to belt it. So here's some tips for that. You can get away with a thinner belt, but I think it's too thin with how voluminous and thick the fabric of this dress is. For overly voluminous dresses, a wider width will look better, but I don't like this belt because it's too harsh and it's bringing too much attention to the midsection. Instead of a traditional belt, tying fabric around the waist is an easy fix to have a more cohesive, more intentional look. Now let's talk about belting something that's just boxy, not oversized, not voluminous, just boxy. The fabric of this dress is also much thinner than the previous one, which is important to take into consideration. This belt is way too thick for this fabric, and the color black is a little harsh. I think it makes sense to wear a thinner belt with more thin fabrics. This is going to feel more seamless. It also gives a nice focal point without being too distracting. Also, you need to have space between your bust and your belt. So if you do have a shorter torso, I would say go for a thinner belt over a wide, thick belt. I think this will complement your proportions better. When you're wearing a belt with hardware, you want to take into consideration what shape the hardware of the belt is. This belt is more circular, and I'm also wearing a watch that has a circle, but my earrings are not circular. They have sharp edges and they mimic a more square shape. I switched them out for earrings that have more circular elements to them. All of the items don't have to be perfect circles, but rounded edges versus sharp edges are something that you want to take into consideration. Choose one and repeat it predominantly for a more intentional outfit. Belts can be overlooked, but they can take your outfit to the next level. So I hope you found this helpful.